Let's learn about algebraic inequalities. So let's do a small revision on the topic of which we have learned. So when it comes to inequalities, this is greater than, this is greater than or equal to, this is less than, this is less than or equal to. And if you have an algebraic expression, something like 3x minus 4 less than or equal to 5, this is called an algebraic inequality because it is not put with an equal sign. Okay. Now some basic rules of inequality. If you are multiplying a inequality with a negative sign, okay, negative value, then you have to change the inequality sign. So that's a very important thing which you have to learn. For example, if 5 is greater than 2 and if you're multiplying it with a negative 1, so multiplying it with a negative 1, it will become minus 5 and minus 2 on both the sides. So in that case you have to change the inequality to negative. Okay, so this will be very helpful when you are trying to solve equations, because whenever you get some equations to solve and when you need to get the lowest number or the smaller one value or bigger value, then this will be useful. This is the first one which you need to learn. And the second one what you need to learn is, if there is something called x is greater than y and you have y is greater than z, what you can do is you can write this as a single one, that x is greater than z. Like if you take an example here, 3 is greater than 4, sorry, 3 is maybe 5 is greater than 4 and 4 is greater than 3, I can definitely write it as 5 is greater than 3. Okay, so this construct also you will have to remember when you are working on this one. Now here, let's do a question on solving an inequality. So to solve an inequality, for example, if you have 3x plus 7 is greater than or equal to x plus 2. Okay, so you do it similar to what you are doing in algebra, but always retain the inequality sign. So what you do here is, you bring the x to the left side, numbers to the right side. So it is 3x minus x is greater than or equal to 2 minus 7. So 2x is greater than or equal to minus 5 and x is greater than or equal to minus 5 over 2, which is as simple as that. Okay, now you can graph this also in the in a number line. So I'll cover that in a different video as such, but here we are just going to learn how to solve an equation. Let's try another question, which is like minus 9 is less than 3 minus 4x, which is less than or equal to 1. How will you solve this? So here what you do is minus 9 less than 3 minus 4x less than or equal to 1. So that you will put it as minus 12 is less than minus 4x, which is less than or equal to minus 2. And then you can simplify this as 3, which is greater than. So as I said, the sign will change. So 3 is greater than x, which is greater than 1 over 2. Okay, so what you can write is 1 over 2 less than or equal to x less than 3. Okay, so this is how we solve the equation. So let me get some more questions which you can work on. Now if you have a question like 1 by 6 of x minus 1, which is greater than or equal to 1 by 3 x minus 4. Okay, now in this case, what you can do is you can multiply all through by 6, which will simplify this equation. So this will be x minus 1, which is greater than or equal to 2 times x minus 4. This is much easier because you don't want to work with fraction. We try to eliminate fraction as much as possible. So x is greater than 1 is equal to 2x minus 8. Now we bring everything to this side. So minus x is greater than or equal to minus 7. And then since there is, you are multiplying it by minus 1, so x will be less than or equal to 7. So this is how we solve this equation. Same with algebraic fractions, which is like real fractions what we have worked on. Then if you have another question like 3 is greater than, maybe 3 is greater than 3 over 5 into x minus 2, which is greater than 0. Okay, so here you can multiply all through by 5. So it is like 15 is greater than 3x minus 6, which is greater than 0. And this can be written as 21 is greater than 3x, which is greater than 6. So then you can write it as 7 greater than x greater than 2, or you can reverse it writing 2 is less than x, which is less than 7. Both of these are correct. Okay, let me see if I have any other question. One more question which I can show. Okay. Okay, 15 minus x less than 2 into 11 minus x. It's the same pattern. Everything is the same pattern. So 15 minus x is less than 22 minus 2x, and x is less than 7. When you simplify it, you will get x is less than 7.